Right here we have our freebie system, which was given to us. And Joe's putting in a Brussels sprout. All just sitting nicely in perlite. Kind of cool, that capsicum right there. I don't know if I can get it zoomed. That, when we got it, was looking really wilted. Within 12 hours it was standing up really good like that. We might have to do a little wriggle around here because some of the stuff is higher nutrient than others. The two front rows want to be running at a slightly lower nutrient, but they seem to be all working right. So that's where we're at to with that one. This one's kind of cool because it's a bit better setup than the previous with the pipes I had. It's actually got a proper reservoir, a really good quality reservoir under it, and the water's sitting in there, and our halal power points, halal approved power points down there, and I'll prove this. You have a look on that little ice cream container. See, it's all halal approved. So that part's all sorted. There's also a little air pump running down there with an air stone inside it, and the pump in there is pumping at about 500 litres per hour, but fairly restricted because it's going up through that little 6mm hose. The water pump only comes on 5 times a day. There's a timer in there to keep the water. It runs for an hour in the morning between 8 and 9, then another hour between 12 and 1, another hour in the afternoon between 4 and 5, and then he gets the last drink at 8 PM at night, and then it switches off till again in the morning. And the cool part about it is that it never completely drains itself. The water level means that there's always enough in there. I've got bits of paper floating around behind me. Yeah, I might get, Joe's got one pot out here, he might just head down into the channel here. The water's just sitting stationary at the moment while the pump's off. It's not that time of the day. Oh, I don't know if I can see that. It zoomed in too tight. Yeah, so when the pump comes on, you get flow, and then once it switches off, it sits in about the pots are sitting in about 10 ml of solution, hydroponic solution, and they just drink away all that. And these things are doing really quite well. A little apprehensive initially to go to hydroponics. Everybody says, oh, it's really expensive. Well, the only expense really is actually in your set. When you get given a system like this one, the thing's worth about $500 odd. You might as well take it. Oh, rough on the zoom here. Yeah, that's how that one's working. I mean, that was a big save. We've got another one set up over here. All we're going to do is just get that replaces the old one, which we had it made out of PVC. These are 3-metre channels. They haven't been, the lids haven't been drilled as yet. What will happen is the reservoir sits at that end. We run the water to this end, and this slopes away 25 mil per metre. So from this end, it falls away 75 mil at the other end. And the pumps come on, off and on, 15 minutes, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. And the reservoir is all sitting, waiting up there. And on top there, there's 2 little buckets. They're actually a float system for some other pots, which are a passive system, which don't use any electricity at all. Needs literally gravity feed, and there's two big tanks over the other side there, which I'll show you. These big tanks, they hold 300, they can hold 300, but we'll probably only put 200 litres of solution in them at a time, because you've got to change it every, well, this system you only have to change every fortnight, because you don't want salt build up in your system. We've got a few bits and pieces set up, and then I got another, really, we'll get here. These are Greensmart Pots out there, other side here. And they were originally purchased for putting potting mix in, but I'm going to modify them, take the fillers off them and use the fillers as an outlet, and leave the trays on them. The black trays are sitting, well, no, you don't want to look at the rotary tiller. There we go. See, it's got a tray there. Those trays keep them up off the floor, you know, so the perlite's sitting up on top of that tray. And what I'll do is I'll run some halos in there, and they'll come on and off every 15 minutes, and the water just drains out where the, if I can zoom, get the camera to the point where I want it to. See on the end that, that there is a filler pipe. What I'm doing is removing the filler pipes off and putting a bulkhead fitting in the end there, and they will be plumbed back to another reservoir, one of these reservoirs just here. Hoping to rip your eyes out of your head just then. And it'll just flow back to those. And what it does with the different systems, it allows me to run different nutrient strengths. Like this one over here, at the moment the stuff in the two front rows want to be running on a lower nutrient strength. Probably that stuff will get transplanted into the channels, the 3 metre channels. They're perennials, that stuff. You got your basil, well, not basil. What have we got on there, Joe?
Sage, thyme, parsley, and chives.
Yeah. And that, see, those sort of things, they just keep going and going and going, so you don't have to change out, you know. The lettuces come around full cycle every, you know, by the time you sow your seed, your full cycle is about a month and a half, you're ready to harvest. And those are basically just, in here, are just going to sit in there. The cauliflower is about a 60-day cycle. The other thing too is that you don't, what I found out from the other way I did it is that I basically had drowned all my seeds, because I put them straight into rock wool and then popped them into net pots. But I will take you and show you what I intend doing. I won't walk you through the house, I'll switch the camera off. The go-kart John's just about to take off in. But anyway, we're not out here to look at the go-kart, we're out here to look at this. This is a small propagation tent. Everything will, from now on, will be started in here. John's going to print me, 3D print me some trays that those net cups sit up and straight, because I did try to use these, but they don't, this frame's too big to go into that little propagator. And this thing's quite cool. It comes with a thermometer, and I've got my lights in there. The lights come on at 6 AM in the morning, go off at midnight, so there's an 18 hours of lighting in there. And all you have to do with this one, I just come out here and give it a spray every now and again, just to keep the perlite very moist, you know, not just slightly damp, so that the gem, and that way I can also ensure that I've got good root structure at the bottom, so when those cups go into the channels, that they're not going to be saturated. That, like with the other one, only got a very minimal amount of water running through it at any one time. And it goes on at 15 minutes off and 15 minutes on. I've also got, I can't, in there there's a, which we haven't finished unpacking, in the black box down the bottom there. I've still got a bit of stuff to do. There's a 24 station cloner, which means that any of the suckers off the tomatoes and like that I can restart, and but I've also got some trees I want to clone as well. I'll run off the shot. The tree there that you can see just the side of the fence in the ute. It's a yellow jacaranda, and then you've got the other one round this way, which is a white jacaranda. That's really rare, that one. So what I'll be doing is once they get a bit more established, I'll be taking small cuttings from those and putting in that clone machine and create me some more jacaranda trees. That's basically it for now.